Value group classifier model for ethical decision making. The core of every business are a set of human values. These values build trust and goodwill for businesses over years. Businesses have expanded globally and are touching lives of people with diverse cultures and beliefs. Identifying values that hold relevance in a connected world are important for businesses to sustain their trust in the present world. With the advent of technology, it is possible to leverage the power of artificial intelligence for analyzing human values and finding relevant values for decisions. From educational purposes, having tools to support ethical decision making can become the training environment for character development. In this context, a research was conducted to build a classifier that could classify the dilemmas into relevant value groups. This classification is important because there are a large number of values elaborated in diverse texts that are referred under different branches of ethics. Let's begin by answering the question, what is ethics? Ethics is the commonality in all religions. Every religion has the concepts of metaphysics and God, ways to salvation or liberation, mythology, customs and rituals, and basic ethics. Although the ways, mythology, and customs of religions differ in their practices, all religions agree on basic ethical principles like truth, compassion, and self-control. Several theories exist on moral philosophy, such as the deontological theory, which evaluates morality based on action, consequentialist theory, which evaluates morality based on the consequences of the action, and the virtue theory, which uses the intent of the action as its basis for evaluation for morality. Value education implies teaching ethical motives, means, and consequences. Usually, a dilemma arises at the time of choosing the means for achieving the motives in professions. Although the guiding principles of ethical decisions is the action, its intent, and the consequences, however, ethical decisions are seen as a trade-off between different moral principles or values. The purpose of this research is to build an artificial intelligence-based tool which can facilitate ethical decision making while ensuring human autonomy. An intelligent decision feedback tool that creates a value addition through its feedback can serve the purpose. A literature review was conducted to find models that support ethical decision making. Robert Cotton and Vilya M. Tarvidas, in the book titled Ethical and Professional Issues in Counseling, have mentioned an integrative decision-making model of ethical behavior, which makes decision for dilemma using consequential theory and applicable standards outlined in law. Simon Sinek, in his book Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action, has described the Golden Circle framework as a framework to answer the why, how, and what in the sequence. The ethics model by Thompson J. Ling and Jessica M. Haag evaluate the dilemma using consultation from experts to take a calculated risk in decision. Ethical decision making in the 21st century, a useful framework for industrial organizational psychologists, published by George C. Banks et al., identifies stakeholders for the decision and uses the American Psychological Association ethical principles of psychologists and code of conduct to identify and select the action. It also sees through the implementation. These frameworks, designed by researchers to facilitate ethical decision making, are used as the basis for developing and designing an AI-based tool. These frameworks lack a comprehensive list of dilemmas that can be used by machines to make ethical decisions on one hand, and on the other hand, the machine algorithms used have their own biases unknown to humans because of the black box processing. Dan Hendricks et al. In their paper titled Aligning AI with Shared Human Values have used the three normative theories to classify a statement as moral or immoral using a comprehensive data set of dilemmas. Mentioning the indifference curve approach by Gerald A. Cohen is important because the moral solution is seen as a combination of values. Based on individuals' beliefs, conditions, and needs, the selections of values to achieve the desired result of social welfare gives a wide choice on the selection and intensity of values applied. The results found in Dan Hendricks et al. Research paper showed sensitivity towards framing and emotional conjugation in sentences used as moral statements or dilemmas. Therefore, lemmatization and removal of stop words has been an important part of data processing stages in this research. Primary data for the research was collected from 60 participants in diverse age groups using probabilistic sampling. Data was augmented to ensure all value groups defined in the problem statement have sufficient training data. A value-sensitive design methodology was followed to ensure ethical development. Results show that seniors and elderly were more anxious about the abstract problems, while the students and adults were more involved in relationships and material issues. Analysis helped in identifying dilemma keywords for each value group by creating word clouds. Sentiment analysis using Support Vector Classifier built the model. It used sigmoid kernel. Support Vector Classifier is trained with 83 to 170 support vectors on a dataset of 104 records. Natural Language Processor Toolkit in Python is used for building the value group classifier. The learning curve shows an improvement in training of the machine. The algorithm achieved an accuracy of 0.52 at runtime. A sample report with results from Indian value dataset is shown as a result generated from the tool. The classifier categorizes the dilemma into three classes, namely sentient, non-sentient, and abstract, to represent relationships, objects, and situations in real world. These value groups also act as stakeholder groups. The research refers to the ethical branch of stakeholder theory, where the values relevant to stakeholders are upheld in decision making rather than the influence and power of stakeholders themselves. The limitation of this research is the limited data available for analysis. Value group classifier as part of the larger ethical intelligence model will be enhanced for behavioral training and character development. In addition to decision-making tools, there is a wide scope for taxonomy and ontology for organizing human knowledge to derive professional values in the future. Thank you.